so. Our shots will be kind of warm. Yeah, they might be kind of warm. So
that sounds disgusting.
It's actually not that bad. It's got a really strong tea taste.
Yeah, see, that's why I don't like it. I don't like tea.
I quit energy drinks.
Oh, you don't like tea?
Months back, and that's all I do. It's like 35 grams of, I almost said protein, caffeine. It's like protein and caffeine. It's the only thing I worry about.
Yeah,
Sure.
Mom used to make sun tea.
Yeah, but out on the back deck in the sun. Really didn't like it, huh?
Oh, I love
Did
that.
she make a southern style, like sugared or just unsugared?
Unsugared,
Oh,
and then
yeah,
it'd be warm when you drank it.
Oh, you put ice in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like,
And ice it, and then add some sugar.
ever since then,
Sweet
I have
tea's
not liked tea.
I love iced tea.
That's really, I don't know, it's not that bad. But I like Arnie Palmer's though. I don't mind tea and lemonade.
Yeah, I like heavy lemonade ones.
I love
can't.
lemonade though.
Me too.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
All right, let me see.
It's bearable.
All right,
I
hold
feel
on,
like
Matt.
my fingertips say that it's not.
It's not gonna like a cup.
Oh, this is gonna be a good
Okay, reformed and regulated. We've got Matt Huff.
Welcome to the show, Matt.
Yeah.
Hey, can't wait.
All right, this will be
Cheers.
good.
Cheers.
Ooh, it's gonna be
My
one. I can feel it.
hamstrings. Oh my
It
god.
won't be a down one today, just so you know. Ooh.
Matt downed his.
Matt's fucking.
Calling us sissies.
Look, Matt's tough though.
Mm. Not me, man. My esophagus is on fire.
Yeah, mine too. Ooh.
Apparently mine's been burnt out already.
I'm gonna hurt a lot more if that comes out my
That
nose.
would be funny.
Oh man.
Good stuff.
Yep, I'm still going.
Woo!
That one was strong.
Now I'm sweating.
I know, me too.
Matt, you want us to take yours?
Sure.
All right.
That's a good little cup, buddy.
Welcome,
Yeah.
everybody. Today we have Matt Huff, member. Are you founder, pure founder, co-founder? How do we-
Co-founder with my beautiful wife.
Co-founder.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Co-founder.
Rose.
Yeah, shout out to Rose.
Co-founder.
Co-founder of the Bruce.
And so
Yeah.
I didn't wear the shirt today. I'm like, I don't always need to wear the shirt. So
Always wear the shirt.
Balancing with the hat.
you know, I gotta say this one thing though. When I wear the shirt or the hat, for some reason people want to call me Bruce, and it's like if that was the measure, then today I'm Desert Dog. Yeah, you're Rogue.
Yeah.
Or Salt
Or
Dealer.
Salt Dealer.
Yeah, it's like.
You know what my hat says?
Haven't seen it yet.
Emo cowgirl.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
I said that to someone the other day, and I said, "There's a guy wearing a John Deere hat. Do you call him John?" And the lady's like, well, "Probably, because most farmers' names are John."
Well,
I'm
that's,
like,
that's
Yeah.
fair bet.
Yeah.
True.
Yes,
That
bad
is
example.
true.
Bad
Like, there's a
example.
lot of like Colton, Shiloh's the kids in school, all the kids in that whole group.
Yeah.
Like, there's three
John's?
Johns in that whole group of kids
Yeah.
that hang out together out of like 7.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So yeah, welcome.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. We like to get people in here and have
Yeah.
fun.
Talk about
Yeah.
all the things you got going on. Well, we want to talk about you too.
Yeah,
like
for
learn
sure.
about you because
Cool.
we like to. I don't know, us with Danae, with Steph, with people we brought in, and just people that we've talked to about our stuff. You all go to different classes, so nobody really knows each other.
Right.
You see each other from afar, but
Yeah.
you don't really know the details. So
Matt's
kinda-
been all over the place. I've had
Yeah.
Matt at 5 a.m. Matt comes in the evening. You ever been noon?
I've been noon
I was
when I
gonna
have a day off,
yeah,
Been in noon.
or even 9 a.m.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's a good one.
yeah.
So yeah, it's nice to get people that watch this. Thank you.
Yeah.
Kevin, sorry we missed one. I know. Did you see his snap?
Yeah, he is
he got
pissed.
kind of fucking viral.
He's
when
like,
we-
what the fuck,
I
guys?
know. I was like, geez.
Kevin's soft.
Oh, sorry, Kev. I love you.
Get to know them. People get to know you, especially with you and what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Especially, let people know what's going on. Because I have a feeling most people around here now know, right? Like, we have people that like Kim forces to make them listen.
Yeah.
They'll end up finding out what the Bruce is now. And
Someone asked me when Murph was coming up, isn't that your program? I'm like, oh no.
You want
It's
to
a
claim
name,
Murph?
just a different name.
not the Murph,
Yeah.
but I do have one.
I like
So,
to say it's the worst workout after May.
I like that.
it's
One of the toughest workouts. of
I
the
liked
year.
the
is.
question that you submitted when we did your Q&A.
Yeah.
Would you rather do back-to-back Murph or back-to-back Bruce?
Bruce.
I don't like to do the Bruce period. So.
I've done it that one time. I still ain't done it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof.
But this is a good way to like get the connection going further than people that might be coming in just
Right.
the classes.
And then people that don't know here now they'll
Yeah.
if they're new or something.
Yeah.
Like and if they do listen now they'll know about the Bruce and
Yeah.
you know the reasons why and so
Yeah.
forth and
Which
Yeah.
remind me to talk to you about something after this.
Oh, I won't remember
podcast,
that.
but- well, when I say it out loud, it helps me remember.
Oh,
So-
okay. Okay.
Fucking
Rose will say that. Remember this. I'm like, yeah, just text me.
Yeah.
fucking secret clubs going on in here.
Well, to tell you too. Just punch you in the head.
Is there someone else here? Yeah.
Maybe.
I'll just sit here.
There might be ghosts here.
Yeah, could be.
So
All right. Now.
quick backstory of your life.
Yeah. Tell us
Born,
about
raised.
Way back in the 1900s. Yeah. 1970 actually. But no, lived in Columbus a few years.
Okay.
Moved to Newark, 78. So went to school, mainly grew up in Newark.
Okay.
Graduated from Newark High School.
Heyo.
Heyo, class of 89.
See, club. I'm not 89, but
Trust me.
Yeah. She
my
wasn't
niece
born
would
yet.
tell a difference.
Yeah.
Right?
Amen to that one. Yes, yeah. What do you think I need, what do we call it? You got your Turkish get ups. I told you one day, I said I got Turkish get downs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it takes me a minute. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But no, grew up in Newark. Two brothers, older or younger. Mom and dad still live in the same place we grew up.
Nice.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Over in
Nice.
Fulton, not far
Yeah.
from you.
Yeah.
So it's neat. We grew up there. Our kids grew up going there. Now the great grandkids are getting to spend time there.
At the
That's
same
cool.
house.
Same
It's
house.
pretty
I love
awesome
that.
actually.
It's been a lot of remodeling since it's like when I moved out. They got a microwave, a VCR. They remodeled the house.
Oh my
Time to
God.
do the cool thing.
Yeah, yeah,
Jesus.
yeah.
He,
So thanks,
he
guys.
brings it all out.
Yeah, just
He
throw
just
it out.
got
All that
out the
trauma,
microwave.
all that trauma.
And the
Here we are.
VCR.
Yeah, the VCR.
That's
It's like,
hilarious.
what the heck?
That's
That's
go for a lot of
funny.
money now.
I
Yeah.
no shit. They're
Yeah.
like some collector's editions
Yeah.
things.
No, but yeah, I went to Newark High and eventually worked at Big Bear, now Giant Eagle, and Heath,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yep.
yeah, had good times and joined the Army in, this was late 89. I ended up going in January of 90.
Okay.
Reason?
Was newly married to my first wife.
Okay.
Newly married and needed a job. And there's an ironic story. So I was working at a company in Newark,
Mm-hmm.
making concertina wire for the U.S. military and government,
Mm-hmm.
big 3-foot coils.
Yeah.
And it's over on Sisal Avenue.
Mhm.
The building's still there. I don't know if they still do those contracts. And you would shred gloves. You were just doing that job. You're going through pairs of gloves a night.
Yeah.
I'm not a factory type of person. I'm like, one, I was irresponsible, young, and just didn't have any real drive or
Yeah.
direction. So I walked away, quit, irresponsible, I know, but I was 18 or 19. And sitting at the house, watching TV, and an Army commercial came on. Be all you can be.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what did it.
The marketing was spot
Holy
on.
shit.
Yeah.
So you can be one of the ones that marketing got you.
Yeah. Well, I tried to join the Air Force a year and a half earlier. They wouldn't take me because I had asthma when I was a kid. And I realize this now at 54. I was only 18. So when I was a kid, saying that, I was still just a kid.
Right.
So I'm like,
You're
it was
still in
12
that
years ago
category.
when I was a kid. And the recruiter, he's like, nope, can't take you. So years later, year and a half later, I go to the Army. And he's like going through the questions. And he's like ticking off the boxes. Have you ever had asthma? I said, well, when I was 12. He goes, have you ever had asthma? I said, when I was 12. He goes, have you ever had asthma? And I'm like,
the answer is no.
no. He goes, check.
Tick.
Next question. Yeah.
Just kept on going.
Yeah. And it never was an issue after that. When I was a kid, I had some, but it's
That's
never been an
funny.
issue.
Yeah.
So the other ironic, that wasn't the irony, was so I joined the Army with the basic in January of 90. Got out in May, I think. Reported to Fort Campbell, Kentucky. 3 months later, Saddam invaded Kuwait.
Yes.
And then we get deployed a couple weeks after that. And what do? We setting up our base camp for the 101st. And so me and a buddy are out there stringing concertina wire. The same wire,
Same wire you
circle.
the
helped
same
fucking
wire that
make.
I was making
Oh,
like
shit.
maybe 9 months earlier, 8 months
That's
earlier.
crazy.
That's wild.
Yeah, because that would have been August, late August, early September, and it was probably October, November when I was working there the prior
wild.
year.
Wow.
So I'm stringing that and I'm telling him that story, and he's laughing. I'm like, yeah, this is freaking sucks. so yeah, I always laugh about that because it's like you never know where you want to be, what you want to do. And think about 10 months prior, never would I thought I'd be standing in a desert stringing this stuff across the desert, making a perimeter.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, coiling it up, going, in 10 months, I'm going to uncoil this, watch.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
What'd you do in the Army?
As a field artillery. So we shot the small guns of the big guns. So you have the big guns shoot 200-pound rounds, 8-inch howitzer. Ours were shooting 45-pound rounds, basically big bullets. And the max range is about 7 miles. So you could reach out and touch someone.
Holy shit, really?
That's like from here to Granville, I think.
It is.
insane.
Yeah.
That's nuts, dude.
Yeah.
That's wild.
And that was a small gun.
Was that, did you want to do that? Or was it kind of chosen for you?
Well, again, I was naive. I was young, needed a job. So sitting in, how the process works, you go through the recruiter, he gets you all recruited. Then you go to the MEPS, Military Entrance Processing Center, or something like that. And you go through all the physical stuff, all the physical exam. And then I think that once I passed that, I've lose track of what was what. It was a long time ago. At one point, you sit down with somebody, and they're like, "What do you want to do?" I'm like, "I need to leave now."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
I will take what you give
so,
me.
Put me somewhere.
Yeah. So, so I signed up. They're like, "What do you think of this?" And I'm like, "Oh, that looks kind of cool." They call it field artillery. I didn't realize what the field part meant. That means you're basically in the woods a lot.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not a field.
No, it's not a field day. It's not a field trip.
That's
It's a
funny.
field exercise.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah. So I took that job just like that. Yeah.
Huh.
And yeah, I met my best friends that I've probably ever had. Just saw them last week. So yeah.
Same thing, like me and you've talked about it numerous times, is that brotherhood that you had.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Is the same brotherhood that you get here.
Yeah.
Locker room effect. All of that. So completely.
Yeah. So when my son decided to join, he was 17, and I'm like, "You're not doing what I did.
Yeah.
I will look out for you." Plus, I had to sign for him, so he wanted to go. They didn't want to offer him what he wanted, and I'm like, "Well, we're out because I got to sign for him." And the guy's like, whoa, hang on. And he got a great job doing fiber optics and cabling, and now he's working over at the Facebook plant in New Albany.
Nice. Yeah.
So that job transferred a lot better than an artilleryman.
Yeah, there ain't money for field artillery.
No, I
things
mean,
to
unless
come
you're
back
going to
to
go
is there.
work for a terrorist organization, and that's not highly.
I mean,
it's not suggested at all.
I guess something like a munitions company or something.
Right,
You could probably go in and get a job being you
Yeah.
used them and so forth. But it's nothing really transfer. So
Yeah.
No.
how long were you deployed?
7 months. Yeah.
Right at the beginning.
Yeah, it was August 2nd when he invaded. We were there by the 26th or 27th.
Oh shit, you went in
Yeah.
first.
We were in the field at Fort Campbell when it happened, and we're like, where the hell is Kuwait, and why do we care?
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
And then we
I
started.
think there was a lot of people in the world that were the same way.
Oh yeah.
Like a lot of people in the world, like, what is going on? What is that?
Yeah, that's what we were. Yeah.
I'll never forget the day it happened either. Like I remember it.
Yeah.
I was living on a farm outside of Utica.
I was in the field at the time.
Jesus
Field in the trees at Fort Campbell. So yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Extreme
going
camping. Yes.
I remember going in the shop. I was riding 3-wheeler that day. And I remember going in the shop and it was on the news. How he started to invade, And that was big news. I was like, wow,
Yeah.
this is wild. Let's go ride.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I still in high school. I didn't know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. But yeah.
come back.
Come back and struggled for years. 4 kids over the next.
How long did you stay in after you come back? Was you just
I was
basic?
my tour. Yeah, my basic.
That's
4
it.
year.
Just your basic 4.
Yeah. Yeah. A few months early due to an injury, but yeah, but basically that almost that 4 years. Yeah. So yeah. Got to think about that. So from 93 when I got out to 05, I struggled. 12 years, 24 jobs. Just was really not good here. Whole lot of other issues that hadn't been dealt with.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm so passionate about not just the Bruce, but also my paying job. But during that time, I had 4 kids, girl, boy, from 31 to 23, I think. And if it's not, he's close. So something like that.
Yeah.
4 grandkids, 3 boys and a girl. So that 12 years was rough, but that 12th year I got on with the government, so it gave me some stability.
Yeah.
Also met with 3 of my buddies for the first time
Since
that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that, and now we meet every year.
12 years later.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that was I remember first time I saw my section chief, who again I just saw last week. I think we both had tears in our eyes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. If not, they were really sweaty.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like,
Yeah.
it's just that brotherhood.
Well, I mean, you guys made a connection, obviously, right? And you went
Yeah.
through some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
thicker
then
than
not
anything
see
would
each other for
be.
12 years. That's
Yeah.
like, fuck, that's a long time.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but yeah.
Huh.
Cool.
Wow.
So your job now, if you can, it's VA, right?
Yeah, I work for the VA. I'm a field examiner for the fiduciary unit of the
And I think
VA.
you told me in layman's terms, you told me one day when I asked, it was like you basically go in and help people rearrange their financial life.
Well,
Or
yeah.
keep their financial life in
Right.
order.
So if a veteran is getting VA benefits and they're not able to manage their funds,
Yeah.
mostly due to
Gotcha.
age,
Yeah.
sometimes it's just other mental and substance abuse issues,
Mhm.
then we can appoint somebody to help them.
So me and Matt have breakfast every now and then. Matt starts using all these words, and I'm like,
You want to talk about secret clubs?
hey,
Call me out of work.
I'm just saying. I mean,
Hey,
geez.
Hey, we're flexible. Yeah.
He starts
Mine's
saying,
a
I'm like,
job.
listen, man, I'm gonna need you to tell me that now for me.
Yeah.
What is that? He's like, I help people manage their money. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. We basically protect the most vulnerable veterans.
Yeah.
And that's why I love what I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Because I
important.
very easily could have been in that position.
Mhm.
A lot of us, it's choices. Every choice we make takes us down a different path.
Mhm.
You make enough bad choices, you're going to be down a bad path,
Yeah.
bad spot. So
Mhm.
to see veterans in their 70s and 80s from Vietnam continue to live that way,
Yeah.
it's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And to see young vets in their 30s or even early 40s starting or going, it's like, oh my goodness, don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's reel this in. But
Mhm.
Let me ask you this, because my whole family's been through, like, my grandpa was in World War II. He was on one of the last bomber flights that left England, and they lost an engine when they flew out and they crash landed when they come back in. 10 on board, 2 left, him and another guy. His daughter, two of his daughters, both one in the Air Force, one into the Army. My mom did not, the only one that didn't. One of my aunts' husband was a Marine. My cousin has a special forces husband behind, like, he's the communications guy that goes in and
Yeah.
sets up all comms on special unit. Why does it seem it's such a bigger struggle now than it seems like it used to be? Has it always been this way, but back then people just kept their mouth shut and kept going?
yeah, I witnessed that, I think, with.
And I'm asking you because you're on the inside,
I try
like,
to-
and you've been through it.
I had this thought the other day. Why does it seem so prevalent now?
Yes.
Same thing. I think One, because it's recognized now.
Mhm.
Okay.
World War II, I don't fully agree with this, but with World War II, the war was over or your time was over. You got on a ship and you may have had a couple weeks to come home
Mhm.
and decompress.
Yeah.
But also, it's a different time.
Yeah.
And coming out of the Great Depression, into the war,
Right.
you just had a job to do.
Yeah.
And you get after it. Also, I think, this is purely my opinion, that, and then after Vietnam, the way they were treated, so they basically just closed off.
Yeah, but that's a whole different.
Yeah,
like,
it's a whole
that's
different
that
thing.
one to me. Like understanding, I love history,
Yeah.
and especially like I get that one was just bad.
Yeah.
Like that was so bad that people like to have our people go over there,
Mm-hmm.
forced, drafted, and gone over there, sent over there, and then be hated by their own people
Right.
for what the government did.
Right.
Is not like that one was completely different. Like
Yeah.
the World War was the last of up until that time was the last of camaraderie and our country standing together because of what happened a lot in Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
A lot of not allowing Germany to exceed its borders and make the world one rule.
Right.
I mean, there's a lot of that, right?
Yeah.
So like Vietnam is like I think that's why I never even included in asking you because that one was just different.
It's a whole
those
different
boys come
political.
back.
It was so political.
Yeah.
Fucked
But
up.
with when we came back, we were treated great, and that was because of the Vietnam vets welcoming us back, and I've had them tell me that. So they's like, never again will somebody be treated, our soldiers, like we
That's
were.
cool.
Yeah.
So, and then the younger vets now, I say younger, it's funny because some of them are 40, but because it was 20 years in Afghanistan. So if they started when they're 20, I mean, they're mid 40s now, which blows my mind.
Yeah.
But the thing now, I think, one, it's so well known that the mental toll that it takes on you, and then the multiple deployments. I mean, some of these guys, 3, 4, 5 deployments.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not good. You can't sustain and be normal and be. You can't. Anytime you deploy, doesn't matter if it's a year or multiple deployments. You're never coming back the same. There's going to be something changed. It doesn't mean it's horrible. It just means there's a change in your mentality in your life.
Well, and I always said it's like, and I've never been in it, never did it. Like I said, a family that were, none of them were ever, except for Jay, my cousin's husband, was like, they take you guys and turn you guys, like, do you ever know where your shells hit? Like,
No.
How many people you killed? Like,
No.
You don't know, right? But you did.
Right.
To take somebody and make them what they do, and then tell them to come back, now live an everyday life.
Well, especially if you're in, if you're a frontline infantry or not just infantry, but you're frontline shooting
Yes.
across like this, we're not, it's not normal in society to take somebody's life.
Right.
You're brought up to love, to honor, to take care of each other.
Obey the law.
Obey the law.
Be a
So then
decent
when you
human
put in a
being.
position where you have, it's me or him, or me or her, or whatever, and sometimes children, that's a whole nother level.
And then they tell you to come back, and I'll go back to what we
You
raised you
carry
did.
that forever, and then you're just supposed to acclimate back to normal
Right?
life.
I've always looked at it that way, and it's like,
there's
man.
no untraining time.
Yeah.
You know, bring you back and you're back.
Yeah.
Literally, it could be the same day. You're on the battlefield, and then 10 hours later, you're back home.
Yeah.
And it's like, there needs to be some transition.
Of
there.
course.
Yeah. There's some decompressed time. The Native Americans were very good at that. After the battles that they would have, they would have times where they would just, I don't know if it's seclusion or what the right term would be, but they would almost be set aside and then cared for and just whatever they did. But it was that focus of healing, mental healing.
Yeah.
I was just wondering. I mean, it's just funny. Someone asking somebody that's in it, like, it just seems like World War II, you were asked to come back, and nobody ever. Very few people talked about it, and they just moved on with their lives. And my grandpa was, my grandpa was one of them. He used to talk about it. He would talk about it every day. He ended up with Alzheimer's, so like he could remember everything from the war, but he couldn't remember.
That's what's amazing.
As
My
much.
job, I go to an old folks home, assisted living, nursing home, and I met a 94-year-old guy the other day. I won't tell you the whole conversation because I'll tell you off camera. But he can tell you what he did 70 years ago.
Yep.
And 80 years ago in fine detail.
Yep.
But today or yesterday, it's just repeating.
Yep.
Yeah. And
That's
it's
like every day.
Yeah.
Every day I sit up with my grandpa. He tell me the same stories.
Yeah.
He just repeat them, and then they were identical every day. Nothing changed.
Yeah.
From the war.
The best thing you can do with that is just
and
play along.
You know what? And once we knew what he had, like I understood like more, and you just kind of ride with him and let him tell a story.
Yeah.
Right.
But then he would sit there and wonder, hey, have I eaten today?
Yeah.
We had lunch yet?
Yeah.
And knowing 5 minutes ago we just ate.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh.
Happened to me last night.
Forgot what you ate?
No.
Oh.
We went out to dinner.
Damn,
Went out to dinner and had it's Father's Day. So Rose's like, I'll buy you dinner. Since tomorrow you're busy, this and that. Big chocolate cookie from North Star in Easton.
Yeah, one of them big cookies.
So we split it.
Yummy,
And then we were at home. I'm like, what do you think we should eat that shortbread, strawberry shortcake you made? She goes, we already had dessert. I'm like, when was that? She goes, 3 hours ago. I'm like, right.
I was just trying to trick.
Yeah, I'm just seeing if you're paying attention.
Seeing if you have Alzheimer's or not.
Yeah. Yeah.
But speaking of, happy Father's Day.
Yeah.
Happy Father's Day to everyone out there.
You too.
Love you,
You
Marky.
guys. So, yeah, he sent me a reel this morning already. I love it. He pops one in there on me every now and then.
He's supposed to be golfing today. They've
Is he?
had shitty weather, so we'll
awesome.
see if they can or not.
We're having fucking shitty weather too.
Yeah.
So, let's see. We're up to, we work for the VA.
So here's what's
Love your job?
I do. I love the job.
Do you love?
You work for the government.
Yeah,
So
I
you
know
understand.
where you're headed.
Yeah.
Do you love what you do?
The goal, the mission, yes.
The bureaucracy.
Yeah.
I
Of course
just want
The
to
hoops
take
you
my
have to jump through.
sledgehammer to my monitor every now and then. But
Most people,
I love
when you
that
deal
too.
with the fucking state or deal with it,
As
like I get
communications
it.
is watching this.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
I get it. I
My job is
understand. And then
fantastic.
it probably runs across the board with not just state, but everybody. Like you
Oh,
love your job,
yeah.
you just don't love management, or you have a problem with this or that, and I get it.
Yeah.
Like, and obviously, I mean, how long you been doing it?
Well, that's neat because for the 12 years I told you, 24 jobs. So 21. I have 24 years of federal service with my Army time. So 21 other than Army. So I was at Social Security Administration for 3 years and decided that was not where Matt wanted to have or be. Working in an office all day.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can't do that.
Yeah.
So now I get to work from home and I travel and meet people around mainly Central Ohio.
Yeah.
But other parts of the state if necessary. So
That's cool.
Way more
it's
up your
great.
alley.
Yeah. Yeah. My office is my office and it's a lovely 2-acre spread. So,
Yep.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, I can't complain.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So let's go to your part. Obviously, you're part of the Veterans Association, the external one. Is it Licking Knox?
No. No, I'm not a part. So every county has a county veterans office.
Yes.
That's a county office. We work and coordinate with them, just working together.
Which is the one we went and visited.
Oh yeah,
That
Lincoln
one
County,
time, right?
Yeah,
The Lake
in
County
Newark.
one. With the one with the helicopter in front of it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
from.
I like that.
I think pretty sure that's from Vietnam. That
Yeah, I
chopper.
think that's what he said that day.
Yeah.
But he said,
Yeah. Yeah.
That's wild.
So, yeah. But no. Professionally, I communicate with those offices.
okay.
For the Bruce stuff, I also communicate with those offices.
Now the
Yeah.
Bruce come out of what?
It's a quite interesting story. So for my professional job, I was going to a house one day and to meet a vet, World War II vet, and a potential fiduciary, which would have been his daughter. And walking into the house, there was a car outside with a Japanese torii on the back window. I don't know if you know what a Japanese torii is, but it's like Japanese gardens have them. They're the big, tall things, and like, yeah.
Okay.
I had to show you a picture. And I knew what that meant, represented. It was a unit out of Fort Campbell, Kentucky. So I saw that. I'm like, Of course, first thing I know or ask is when I go inside. Well, not the first thing, but I said, well, whose car is that? Because the vet, I think, I don't know, remember if the vet was in the Navy or what, but I don't think that unit was in World War II. So I was asking questions. Ends up, the son-in-law, Gary, is Bruce's brother. So we become friends over the next, really, man, it's like 10 years.
Nice.
Rose and I go out to dinner with him, and then we formed a local association of the 101st Airborne Division Association, Bruce Cogley chapter. That's how it started. But it started from that one appointment.
Nice.
And seeing that sticker on the car.
Oh, that's cool.
So we've connected, and then as our mission of the Bruce Cogley chapter of the 101st was to reduce or bring awareness to veteran suicide.
Yes.
And then when we're official, my question to the group was, okay, now we're official, how are we going to meet this mission? Because our mission is not to sit here and chit chat.
Right.
There's something to do.
Yeah.
And
Well, because it's going to take action to
it is.
Yeah.
to prevent it.
Yeah. So I had a wild idea to create a workout.
Now, at this point in time, you've already been doing CrossFit.
I'd already been doing CrossFit. Yeah, I've been to Johnstown, I've been to Polaris, and then through you, Nick and Mount Vernon said something about you need to talk to Jason. And then somebody somehow said you need to talk to Angie about the marketing side.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all these names are being thrown at me. So then I talked to Angie, and she said you need to talk to Jason. So you and I met for the first time.
Yeah, because she brought your name up to me.
Yeah.
Hey, you need to meet this guy.
Yeah.
And I was like, what for?
Yeah.
And she's like, he's got this idea. He's got a workout.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like he wants to help veterans. I'm like, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So I designed the workout without the burpees, and then I realized that's too easy. You think about it, it would have been too easy, right? For a hero WOD,
Yeah.
10 rounds without the burpees.
With
it's
just
like,
wall balls and kettlebell
oh
swings.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, and I designed it around my strengths,
Right.
except the burpees. Yeah, me and burpees don't get along. So heavy kettlebell, rowing, wall balls, everything I love.
Yeah.
And then the burpees. And then my friend Ivan and I went up to 1808 Mount Vernon, and Nick was going to test it. But the funny thing is, when I met Nick, I went to the county veterans office up there to kind of share it with them. And they're like, you should talk to this guy. He's a veteran and he owns 1808 CrossFit. Listen carefully. So I reached out to Nick, left him a message. He calls me back. He goes, we're talking. He goes, well, hang on a minute. He goes, first of all, I'm not a vet, and I have no idea why they would have said that, and I've never met them before. So it may have been somebody else in the gym that was a vet, and they thought there was a connection.
Gotcha.
But Nick said, I'm on board.
I want to clarify though that I am not
I'm
the
still-
vet.
Yeah.
But
So,
I'm
but he's
still-
like, I would love to help you guys. So we went up there and tested it. And I realized, one, how much work I needed to do. And two, how much work Nick didn't need to do. So he set I'll say he set the world record because it was the first time. And he's maintained that.
Yep.
It'll be interesting this year to see what happens, because now there's a prize and see.
Yeah.
Now there's
There's a few people that will probably give it a run for its money.
Yes.
But so that's how it started, from that
Okay.
sticker on the window.
okay.
Huh.
And then through our association, and then Bruce, we named the association after Bruce with Gary and his family's permission.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then I told Gary about the workout and explained the workout, because the workout is Hill 937. I don't have the shirt on, sorry. I would be like, right here.
Referencing.
Yeah. Which was Hamburger Hill. Hill 937 in Vietnam was a military would name the hills after the meters tall, not Hill 937, 937 meters tall. It's a 10-day battle, 10 rounds, just made an even 10 reps per
Across the
round.
board.
Across the board. And then you finish coming down off the hill. You went up the hill, fought, now you're coming down the hill with that row. You think about it, put it in perspective. You just fought for 10 days. Now, those guys weren't on the hill for 10 days. They would rotate in and out, but they're
Yeah.
fighting.
Right.
And at the end of that battle, we had won. and then you're sludging down the hill.
Mm.
I'm not comparison.
No,
I'm
Right,
not comparing,
yeah.
but that last row.
But there is a lot of significance that goes
last
across the
row
board,
is horrible.
especially with all
Yeah.
hero WODs. They all have some significance. They all do.
Yeah.
I mean, Murph's favorite. He was
Right.
Michael Murphy's favorite workout.
Right.
Yeah.
And coming off the rower, getting on the rower that last time, I'm like, anybody, just get on there and start moving.
Yeah. You
Because
don't
it's-
want to, but
Yeah, it's not going to go
to get done
until
with
you
it.
go.
But them guys wanted to be off that hill too.
Right,
You know
they did, and they're just getting off that hill. So that's the significance of honoring Bruce Cogley, because we left out an important part.
I wanted you to tell us a little bit.
Yeah, so Bruce was wounded on the 8th day of the battle. There's no significance in the workout with the 8th day, but the picture that's out there with, I think, 12 or 14 guys, one of the guys in the picture I've talked to, and he was friends with Bruce, Ricky Elledge. He said 2/3 of those guys didn't come off the hill.
Yeah.
And think about that, 2/3. So they say there's 12 people, that's 8 people, 8 men, soldiers, and 4 left. And we know of at least one that took his own life, which was Bruce.
Yeah.
Maybe another one. So out of that picture, how many of those men are left?
Yeah.
So Bruce took his life 25 years later. Man, carrying that
Jesus.
for 25 years, the wounds, the mental trauma, and
It's
that's
just hard to believe that that it was never recognized, noticed, or something wasn't picked up in 25 fucking years.
right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Yeah, exactly. So we honor Bruce, but our website very clearly says all other Vietnam veterans.
Yeah.
Because those Vietnam veterans, not only the hell they went through coming home, the hell they went through on the battlefield,
Right.
but for what they did for generations after them.
What
They
carried
fought
and-
for the VA benefits. They
Yeah.
were just incessantly going after the benefits and for better care, better treatment.
Yeah.
And now those guys are approaching 80, or if they're not already, which is odd.
and now
That means I'm not
now
30
it's,
anymore.
Now it's all you guys.
That's
though.
your job.
Right.
Now
right.
that is
Yeah.
turned
Yeah.
over to them passing away. You guys from the first Gulf War are the ones doing that now.
Yeah.
The ones from the second one will move in.
Right.
The ones from Afghanistan will move in.
Right.
Like, it's just going to be it's a consistent run in.
Yeah. So that's it. That's the Bruce. That's where it started. And now we're in our 3rd year. The first year we had Uprising as the official host. Back Home Fitness jumped on board that year. And I forgot, 03, whatever year. This is 25 now, so 24, so 23.
Yeah.
Last year we had 10 gyms as official hosts, 2 jumped on afterwards, so at 12. This year we already have 11 official hosts signed up. Hopefully we'll pick a few more up in other parts of Ohio and the country. My thought is, it doesn't matter whether we have 1 or 50.
Yeah.
We're serving a purpose.
Yeah.
We're raising money, because then we turn around that money raised immediately. Well, not immediately. A veteran could go to our website and click apply, and we will pay for the first 3 months of their membership at one of our partner gyms. The reason we chose CrossFit is, 1, that's what I'm familiar with. 2, it's a community atmosphere.
Right.
3, it's hard. And the community is the biggest part of that, though.
Yeah.
Because I used to isolate myself, and so many of us will just kind of work out at home or go to some other gym, and with your headphones on, and you're just still oblivious. That's not healing, really. I mean, it's good physically, but to get in an environment where you may be a little uncomfortable to start, then you connect with people,
Right.
is such a big deal.
There's so many components to that, right?
Oh yeah, there's
number
so
one.
many.
Number one, you're really fucking hard just to walk through the door.
Right.
Period.
Yeah.
But they made the decision to apply.
Mm-hmm.
They want to talk to you about it. They're like, okay, I think I need this.
Right.
Make that first step. That's the hard one.
Yeah.
That is a super hard one. Well, then it's hard just to be vulnerable
Yeah.
enough
Oh, yeah.
to show up to, hi, my name is.
We hold them to a standard as well. We ask that you make at least 3 classes a week or 12 a month.
Yes.
Yeah.
For the purpose of creating a habit.
Right.
Sometimes it's less, but I've had vets say, I only got to 2, but I'm going to do 4 next week, and they'll text me, and I'm like, that's fine. We've actually had
We've had here 3.
I think 3 here.
3 here.
I've lost track of how many total and where,
Which is kind of cool.
which is cool.
That's cool as shit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you lose track of how many, that means you're helping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
So-
it's on a spreadsheet at home. I
Yeah.
can tell you that if anybody ever officially asked. But what I was going to say a minute ago, I don't care if it's 1 gym or 50 gyms, if it's 1 vet or 50 vets.
Mhm.
I like to say it's this thought process came later, probably in the last year. A generational impact.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you make an impact in that one person's life and help them change some things and get better mentally and physically, you can impact not only them but everybody around them.
Yes.
Whether it's their family or
Mhm.
close friends, work associates,
Yep.
because you see a change in behavior, you
Yeah.
see a change in demeanor. You may save a marriage, you may save situations that would otherwise not have an outlet and wouldn't have a healthy outlet. So the generational impact I see is it's like a ripple effect.
Yes.
It's endless,
Yep.
Yeah.
possibly.
Yeah.
So there's so many aspects to this that are up here
Yeah.
that it's hard to communicate out.
Right.
We do have a board of directors who have been very helpful,
Mhm.
which it's nice because now it's not Matt's decision. If there's something I don't want to decide,
Yeah.
I can take it to them and I'll be like, hey, this is, and they're like, yep, sounds good. But if it's something I'm like, I don't know about this, they give me feedback.
I like
Or if I'm like, I got to take it to the board.
Yeah.
That's my out.
Yep.
Well, and the other part
it
of that
gives some oversight, so I'm not just
Right.
making decisions.
The other part of this is like it's grown relatively fast.
Yeah.
If
It
you,
has.
If you, I mean,
Yeah.
if you really think about it, like it's from the time that we've met
Yeah,
till
Well,
now.
from being right here local, I mean, now you're
yeah. A couple
In
states.
California.
Saying, you
Yeah.
even got one in California, like
Possibly.
Possibly.
Yeah.
But-
There'll be a couple out there this year, but it's neat when you have people calling you. Because for the first year, I was pounding pavement,
Yep.
just introducing myself, going to gyms
Yeah.
on an afternoon, hitting 8 different CrossFit gyms.
yeah.
And that's how Back Home got on board, and Pickerington and Future.
Mm-hmm.
And then Dustin from 740 called. He goes, what the heck is this? And then
Yep.
Scott from Cuyahoga
Yeah.
called. He goes, how do we get involved? And he's our Northeast ambassador. So he's, let's say he's spreading the word.
Yeah.
And
Scott's good at this.
Oh,
Yes.
Scott's really good at
yeah.
what he's
And
doing.
he brought us up to their stadium games.
Yeah.
Let us
Yeah.
set up a booth, and that was freaking awesome.
the
Because
red, white, and blue
red
teams.
teams,
Yeah.
red,
the
white,
Bruce
and
were
blue.
sponsored.
That was fantastic. And what was neat is every time, somebody would come to the booth, they're like, what is this? We see all these shirts.
That's awesome.
And so then we get to share the message, because
Yeah.
it's about helping veterans. That's the primary thing.
Right.
But it's also bringing awareness to the issue.
Mm-hmm.
And there's multiple facets of why we do what we do. An event, is how I see it, is the purpose of bringing awareness,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
then raising money,
Yes.
and then using that money to connect with events.
Yeah.
The events, some people get confused because they don't understand the concept of CrossFit and competitions or events.
Right.
They'll say, well, is this workout just for vets? Like, no, let me rewind a minute
Yeah.
and then explain.
Yeah.
The event is an awareness and fundraising activity. It's our
Yeah.
primary fundraising activity.
Yeah.
Until we have somebody give us $1 million. But we're still going to do the events anyways. if
Right,
that happens.
yeah,
I would
It's like-
hope so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So it's that event up there in at Cuyahoga really was neat,
Mm-hmm.
because it was our first big
Mhm.
type event like
Yeah.
that. And actually, after watching it, I'm like, I got to do this, and I don't know if my body will allow me.
He come back and he's like, look, I'm doing that next year. And I'm like, doing what? And he's like, I'm competing in it. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I know it's.
It's tough.
it
It's
is.
It's a cool event though.
I watched it. I watched everybody doing it, and
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I can do that, and I can do that. Then my knees were like, are you really sure? Are you really sure?
Your body starts talking back to
Yeah.
you like,
Yeah, that's the
ooh.
one Josh and Haley
Yeah.
and Nathaniel and I did last
You know what's
year.
crazy is
You guys got stuck outside though in the stadium.
Yeah,
This year they got to move
it was
inside.
inside.
Yeah.
So I told you the other day, I came to the gym, I walk out of the house, I'm like getting in the car, get the music turned up. Before I get to the car, I walk out of the house, and all of a sudden, both my shoulders hurt. I'm like, they've been fine all day.
He said, he goes, I felt good. I'm going to the gym. I walked out of the house and was like, oh,
Like,
what is that?
It's like, they were fine all day.
Oh my God.
And then I get in the car, I'm like, well, what the heck?
They know what's happening.
We're gonna see what we're gonna do. And when you ask me, say, how you feeling today? I'm like, my new thing is gonna be like, we're gonna find out.
Yeah.
We're going to see here in about 30 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So-
And after Friday's workout, whew, that was a killer. It's so simple.
Yeah.
So simple. And
Those are the worst
I haven't
ones.
learned that yet. I know that, but I
That's a
haven't learned it.
trap.
It's so simple, but yet dangerous.
It's so sad to see like faces that are so full of hope when you
I know,
read
right?
it.
What did I say when we got here? You're like, you ready? You good? I'm like, I can't wait. Been waiting all
Yeah,
day.
it's like I've been waiting all day for
And
this
then
one.
you just see the defeat set in.
As they start to go through it, round 1, they're like, oh, yeah, I'm loosen up. Round
Yeah.
2, they're
Yeah.
like, yeah. Round 3, they're like, round 4, they're sitting on the benches like,
Yeah, what'd you say?
like, there it
What'd
is.
you say? We're sitting on the benches, and you're like, I don't see anybody moving. I said, I thought it was. What'd I say?
bitching. I said, I don't see anybody benching. He goes, I thought it was a whole bunch of bitching. I thought that's what we were doing. I said, bench now. I did. I turned around there 15 seconds in, and everybody's
All
just
4 or
sitting
5
there.
of us were like,
There, nobody's moving. I'm like, it was hilarious.
Oh my God,
He's the only one that said
great.
something too. I was like, I don't see anybody benching. He just grabs his dumbbells and lays back. I thought we were bitching. I'm like, yes, Matt, that's what we're doing.
Yeah,
Yeah, I unfortunately had
You
to miss
missed
that
it.
one.
I'm hot.
But you
You
know
can
what?
do it today.
No, you know what I did instead, which Josh hated? I said, let's go out and do some running intervals.
Ooh,
Well, that's
Who am
stupid.
I?
outside?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Where at?
Like if you walk through the soccer field, there's that asphalt track like that leads you to the bike path, and we just measured it out and did some 400s and
Holy
200s.
shit. What's,
Well, I gotta use up the cortisone. I have it.
who
So.
are you? Where's Mariah?
Yeah, I know.
What the fuck?
I know.
Is there a dog chasing?
Josh kept going, okay, are we done? I said, no, I think we'll do one more. He's like, oh my God.
He's funny. When he doesn't want to run, he don't want to run.
No.
He fucking
Yeah.
bitch the whole time.
Yeah, the
But he's
whole
awesome.
time.
But
Yeah.
I marked off 200 meters at the house, 100 down, 100 back, and I did a workout the other day, and I did it. I'm like, oh look, and nothing broke. I think I did 800. I think I did.
You ran in here the other day with the thrusters. I think you did front squats
2
today,
weeks
but-
ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt good. That was good.
Yeah.
I've been gingerly taking care
Yep.
of the major
That's
joints.
good.
So,
Yep.
It's good.
I did that.
So, I mean, it's where we're at, right?
Yeah.
Just keep running the Bruce.
This past event was really cool to have the guest speakers and
Yeah,
That was.
Oh.
having Mike there was amazing. As
Yeah.
he was, I didn't realize that I knew he's in the same unit as Bruce,
yeah.
but I didn't realize he knew Bruce like he did.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when you're in a unit, you're in platoon, then you're in sections. I mean, you have in an infantry, you have your company, and then platoons, and then like, I don't know what they call them, sections. We had a gun section of our 7 or 8 guys for our howitzer section. So you have your core group of 7 to 8 guys that you're close to, that you sleep with, you lay in the mud with, you eat with, you drink bad coffee with. I mean, you sit around the fire or whatever the situation is, and then you also have your platoon. So you're close to them too.
Yeah.
But it gets bigger, just like anywhere.
Yes.
Right.
You get a bigger network, you lose
Connection
some of that
with
connection.
Yes.
So to know that he knew Bruce that well
Mm-hmm.
was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then he spoke and shared and gave
Oh, yeah.
gave the pin to
That
everybody.
was-
Listen,
I still get chills thinking about that.
it's
Like, it
pretty
was-
fucking badass.
And, it's
actually.
interesting watching the athletes as he's talking,
Oh.
because I was next to him.
Yeah.
Their faces were
Mm-hmm.
spot on, and it gives a whole new meaning to the workout when you talk to a man who was there, who knew the man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did. It's
Well,
it
and
was
you
pretty
do,
cool.
and you
Yeah.
do. Like you work out different. You
You do.
approach it different. Your mindset's
Yeah.
different.
And it was
Yeah.
cool to see people after they finished,
Yes.
and I did it too. Go up and talk to him.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
You know. I
That
mean,
meant the world to him. He was blown away. He had no idea. I mean, he had an idea because I had shared with him, but it was almost like, and I'm not quoting him, but it was almost like, people pay $50 for this.
He sat like right on the benches,
He
and I
did,
was right
too.
on the end, and I'm like,
Yeah, 'cause you
I
were-
can't let him down.
Yeah, I can't quit.
And then there's Carrie next to me. I'm like, don't pay attention to her. Like, I'm trying really hard.
It's a
to.
different level over
Yeah.
there. And Carrie was dying
man.
too at the end.
Oh yeah.
What, she was cramping up or?
Yeah.
She was all over.
Yeah.
It was pretty bad.
Yeah.
It was a fun, I mean, those, like, on top of everything else, right? We're trying to bring awareness to veteran suicide so that we can help prevent it in some odd way, right? With me and you've talked about this to fucking length, to stop this,
Yeah.
right? To give everyone something.
Yeah.
Give them something to fucking hold on to.
One of the things you mentioned to me, I think at our very first breakfast, was we all have different issues, trauma, whatever you want to call it. We all have our own stuff.
Our own story.
And, our own story.
Yep.
And yours is different than mine is different than yours, but it doesn't discount what
Right.
any of the
Listen.
stories are. Mine is not harder than yours or vice versa.
You know what it is? It's what I tell them, and I say it, I've said it to everybody. My story is my story.
Right.
To me, my story is important. If my story will help you
Yeah.
with your story, because your story is important too.
Yeah.
It's just different.
Yeah.
Doesn't make yours any less than mine because I went through what I went through.
Right.
Yeah.
What you went through, what is what you went through.
Right.
And you all
And you know what?
carry it
What
different, but
she did and what my
Yeah.
wife has done is different than all of us. And what my daughter's going to go through is different
Yeah.
than all of us. And what Rose and the man that walks in off the street and is like, I want help.
Right.
Your story is your story, and it's fucking important to me.
One of the most exciting things for me in my daily life is if I get a little message from our client management system that says new application. And no matter what I'm doing,
yeah.
I was like off the road and
Yep.
start scrolling,
Yeah.
see who it is, see where they're at, because that not everybody, and this isn't surprising, not everybody who applies, everybody that applies is approved
Yeah.
as long as they can prove they're a vet. Okay, let me rephrase that. Every veteran that applies, because they've had
Yeah.
a couple that I think were not, but they just didn't send the paperwork. So I would assume
They're not.
you're not, or you just decided no. And that's fine. It's all about timing. But we've had a few that have applied, and we went through the interview process with them, which is 15 minutes or so. And then they just, no, that's okay, which is fine. That doesn't offend me. It just
Right.
means we'll just use that money for the next one or the
Yeah.
next one.
It also could mean they're just not ready.
Yeah, exactly. It took me, after my divorce, I had thought about going to Granville always forward for several years. Then I moved to Johnstown, and that thought left my mind. That's crazy. And then I found veneration up there and went there for a few years, and then you and I connected. There was a period where I didn't go to a CrossFit gym. Went to Polaris for a short time, which is actually amazingly the same drive from my house it is to here. 20 minutes either way.
Okay.
Neat people,
Yeah.
but the connection here was on purpose, or accidentally on purpose. It worked. It was just timing.
Yeah.
But so much of that is timing.
Yeah.
But I need to say one thing for sure that I don't leave out is the organization Save a Warrior. And this is not a paid advertisement. This is truly life-saving for me. So for years, well, many of us we look different on the outside than we feel on the inside. A lot of people do.
Yeah.
We carry that stuff.
Right.
And then we literally just stuff it and stuff it and stuff it to eventually you break, whether you have a freaking breakdown or you just lose it, and whatever that looks like. Rage, anger, depression. And I don't remember if I reached out to you beforehand, but two different people mentioned, they call it Saul, Save a Warrior,
Yeah.
mentioned it to me over last year. And the last one was on the podcast with Che Miller, who is an Army vet, which was a year ago yesterday, that podcast.
Was it really?
Yeah, I'm like,
Wow.
I popped up on my Facebook thing, and he encouraged me to check it out. So again, it's all timing.
Yeah.
And different people planting seeds.
Yeah.
So I go on their website, I look at it, I'm like, I think I'm fine. And I fill it out and I hit submit, and I'm like, whatever, I'm probably fine. I'm not too worried about it. Inside though, it's just turmoil.
Yeah.
And something happened last year, and I have no problem sharing this. Rose went on a trip with her daughter, which I highly encouraged. Two of them go spend time together in Peru.
I remember when they.
And the first so it was like 2 weeks. 2 or 3 days into that trip, I found myself sitting at home alone with this fear of abandonment because she has been so much.
Yeah.
We both got together 12 years after. Both of us were married 20 plus years and divorced, found each other. And all that fear and then all the other stuff starts coming out. Then you think, oh, I'm not worthy. And there's no reason for this other than it's just that crap that your mind plays on you. Your little voice in your head just blah, 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 chirping in your ear. And I found myself sitting at home in the state of depression and a gun sitting on my desk. And I don't think I would have ever done anything, but I look at that and I'm just working. I look at that, I'm working. And it's like, this was before I clicked submit on Save a Warrior. And I'm like, yeah, this isn't right. Yeah. So I called the VA doctor that I'd talked to a few times. He wasn't in, called the VA social worker at the local clinic. And she saw me right away. And then I got in with the doc. And I realized, yeah, this isn't right. This isn't normal.
Right.
And so many of us stuff our feelings that we don't ever seek help and we feel helpless. So I went to the Save a Warrior website, clicked submit, got the phone call from, I think it was Justin, had a 1 hour discussion. And he's like, are you ready at the end? Are you ready to commit to a 72-hour to this process? I'm like, yep. Because
I remember this.
Nothing else has worked.
Yeah.
Every good, happy face that I put on, every mask I put on, busy with the Bruce stuff is busy work. And that's one thing I don't do now is busy work just to stay busy, to distract.
Yep.
So many of us do stuff for distractions, to not deal with the other crap.
Right.
So I clicked submit, went to the program. But before the program was beginning of October, starting to sweat now. September was a crazy month. We went to Yellowstone and Grand Teton and did hiking. Then I had a little reunion with my buddies here in Hocking County. They actually came up here. Then my high school reunion. There was 1 weekend in September I had nothing to do. And then the next weekend was the Save a Warrior. And so the hike, also did the hike in Idaho, where I failed, but I succeeded. It was a 9-hour goal. 9 hours into it, I'm like 8 miles out because I cramped up. It was a horrible, horrible situation. But I'm like, this is freaking awesome.
Yeah.
I'm out here
just to do it
all by myself in the middle of nowhere with who knows what watching me through the trees.
Some mountain lion's gonna eat me.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be great.
Freaking buffet today, boys. Look at this one.
And Matt will be laughing the whole time.
Yeah.
Come on, chew my leg.
Yeah.
That's all you got.
You're down. So that whole month was building up to that. And then I almost look like, now, first of all, I'm not the Messiah when I say this. Somebody get offended if they're super religious. But it was like 40 days in the desert. It was my 10 hours in the woods of just to think and just clear my mind. And I really a preparation. On the way to that hike that morning, this has become my favorite song. It's Disturbed, The Light. Holy crap. I had an hour drive. I must have replayed that thing 15 times. Such an uplifting song about dealing with stuff. Before that, the total opposite song would have been
Falling in Reverse.
Monster.
Popular Monster.
Popular Monster.
Which was like night and day. Night and day in music.
Yep.
And I'm like, I went from that to this song, which is so dramatically different.
Yeah.
So I go through the Save a Warrior program, and it's freaking life-changing.
Nice.
It's there's things that they teach you that I don't necessarily do every day now.
Yeah.
But it's a different outlook on life, realizing I need to take care of me.
Mhm.
I am not responsible for everything that's happened in my life. And I didn't have a horrible life, but there's just those little things here and there that just build up over time.
Right.
And so that was such a significant part of the last year of my life. I say it saved my life. Whether that meant it saved my life then or 5 years down the road, that was a point in life.
Well, you'll probably take a part of it at some point in your life. Probably every week you probably do it and don't realize it. You'll take a part of that one thing, that 72 hours, and you'll use it.
Well, you used all that, and I always say, like, you put it in your toolbox.
Right.
To use it later.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's been a journey.
Yeah.
It has. And I don't want to see anybody suffer like anyone else has suffered.
Yeah.
But the Saber Warriors for veterans and first responders. So that's what's cool. You sit in there with a group of, they have separate cohorts for men and women, a group of men in this cohort, because I'm a guy, works out that way. And you deal with the deepest, darkest pains and secrets that you would never share with
Listen, I'm
anyone
going to tell you right now, there's something to all this, because AA does the same thing.
Yeah.
You sit in the group, and you share, and everyone shares, and everyone learns, everyone takes from it, something from you, something from you. And I do it to today. I mean, I still do. I still, anybody realizes it or not, how much I still take back from you guys. Daily. And I've never been through what you've been through. Right? I've never been through what you've been through. Me and your dad's similar, right? But like, with the upbringing, I do. Me and you've talked numerous things that I've taken from you, numerous things. You know what I mean? So, and you keep my life in fucking line with my business. You do. So, like, I take stuff from you. You know what I mean?
I think circling back to your point earlier, though, like, why are things so prevalent now? I think doing things like that and admitting to yourself and then being vulnerable with yourself and with other people, that's what's helping move things forward. Like, being vulnerable in any situation.
So you're just saying the more vulnerable people are, the more doors it opens for more people to be vulnerable.
Yeah, definitely.
And it to come out more. That makes sense. I get it.
Even when you had me do my episode in here, being vulnerable, one of the veterans from the Bruce that comes here reached out to me because a part of my story connected with her story. And now we have this connection. So now if, something comes up and she has feelings about that, she can reach out to me.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And that's a connection.
The highlight of doing that.
That's a connection should either one of you will never have, and one of you guys should never lose. Right?
Yeah.
Because now too, if there's something with you, you always have that. You have me and you have Josh. And you have all of us as family. You know that one is always.
And
there.
I had to be vulnerable to get that, and she had to be vulnerable by coming to me and saying I related to this.
And that makes me so happy because those are the things I don't know. I don't need to know, but it's a different way of connecting.
That person would have never had that.
Right, exactly.
Starting with number one, starting with that.
But somebody found us, I'm not going to say who, somebody found us because we have an Operation Hike event monthly in Columbus, Franklin County area. And they saw that announcement, and then they looked deeper, and then they found the Bruce connection, and then they applied, and it just, everything works for a reason. And it's, I mean, we have 2 vets now starting in the next week or 2 at 2 different gyms.
Awesome.
We do.
And
listen, folks, if you fucking don't know, look it up. What is it? Bruce.com?
The Bruce WOD.
The Bruce WOD.
That means workout of the day.
Thank you, Matt. I appreciate that clarification.
Yes, yeah, because I know you don't know what that means. Yeah.
No,
Look.
but I love, one of my
know.
biggest things when I do a 101,
Yeah.
I'm like, let's talk about the lingo.
Yep.
'Cause-
Yeah.
I tell them all.
I remember the
tell 'em
first
that all
time
the
I went to CrossFit, I'm looking at the board, I'm like, it's freaking hieroglyphics. What is this?
Most people standing here say the same thing. I don't
Yeah.
understand a word that's on that board.
Yeah.
Or they'll still ask. Mallory will still ask, what does
Yeah.
RFT mean? And I'm like,
It takes
rounds
at
for
least
time,
6
Mallory.
months.
Oh, yeah.
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 To get, then you think you know, then they throw some, what is it? RKBS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody always asks me, what's that? I'm like, Russian kettlebell swing.
Yeah.
Come
Makes
on.
sense to us.
Yeah.
So if you know somebody that's
Yeah.
struggling,
Yeah.
Yeah.
somebody that needs a fucking outlet, like
Yeah.
they don't even have give
They
a
could
fuck.
Yeah.
They don't even have to fucking join the gym. I don't care.
Yeah.
Fucking come talk to somebody.
Yeah.
It's legit. It
Yeah.
fucking works. We got proof of it in this
Yeah.
place.
And
Right?
we have
Oh,
a mid-season thing coming up
Oh
next
geez, you
month.
guys in your ruck coming up.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yes, I forgot about
Yeah.
that. I'm like, what do we have going
Oh,
on?
you'll be happy to hear this. The first 10 or first fucking 1,000 meters of my event at the end of July is with a ruck on.
Nice.
So I'm at, and that's like a 30+ minute fucking workout apparently
Nice.
from what Jason
Heck
said. And he goes, first 1,000 meters with a ruck on, then you can take it off.
Jason said, you're Jason.
No, Jason Ansley, he's a buddy that runs
Okay.
Monster Games.
You're talking to third
No.
All of a
person.
sudden, switching things up.
No, my buddy, he runs Monster Games. That's what he sent the email out. We haven't got the whole workout yet, but that's
Yeah.
the first part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, fucking Matt will be happy to hear that.
Yeah.
So that's what, July 19th?
Yeah, July 19th. It's free. It's more or less a community event.
Yeah.
And anybody can do it.
Starting here.
Starting here, ending here, 9.37 miles. Side note, my phone doesn't calculate that low, so it's 9.37
I'm
miles.
not gonna say that. It's 9.37.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. But yeah, so it goes from here. You go down. I think it's Oakwood over here. Then meets East Main Street all the way to 21st.
Awesome.
Then all the way to Granville Street, down Granville, into downtown, loopity-loop around up Everett, then
Mhm.
through the cemetery, around the veterans section.
Oh,
That's
And
the
back
one on
here.
Cedar.
Yeah,
Nice.
That's
Hell
cool.
yeah.
yeah. Then we can respect
yeah.
those
Yep.
veterans.
We're carrying.
A American flag and a Bruce banner. I
Awesome.
can't say Bruce banner. I think of the Incredible Hulk. A Bruce flag. Every time I say it, I'm like, I can't say that.
That just
We're
that
going
just
to carry some big green guy.
it's like no pun intended.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my gosh.
yeah.
Yeah, and there's a link, which
For-
we can share it again when we
Yeah.
share the podcast,
Yeah.
but just to sign up so you have a head count.
Right,
So
right. I
you're
mean, it'd be great if we
19.
had 50 people show up and we have
Look,
to
I
call
get
the
to say-
police and say,
Right.
we're having a
I get to
bunch
say
of
a
people.
new one. Listen. She's gonna put the link to the in the description below.
Good job.
Right? Did you hear
That
that?
was really good.
Below, next
Yeah.
to the ding ding buttons. Fucking hit them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh,
Wear
ding
your
ding
Bruce apparel if you have it.
Yeah.
If you have not even done it doesn't matter. Like, just show up. Anybody
Just
can
show
come
up.
do it.
Yeah, you don't
So-
have you don't have to be a member
But
of the
wear
gym.
good shoes, wear good socks.
Oh
like,
god,
let's-
yes.
yeah, definitely. You want to wear good shoes and thick socks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because even, and I said this in the post,
Yeah.
even if you're fit and if you've not walked
Yeah.
extensively, you will feel that.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
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 First time I rucked, and I went, I think 3 miles, I got back. I'm like, oh, the hips
Yeah.
hurt. Yeah, it was.
We were at the other place, and a buddy of mine used to come in the morning, and he got a ruck. He's like, "Let's start rucking." I'm like, "Okay." So I grabbed Tim's.
Mhm.
I'm like, "Bring me your ruck. I'm gonna throw it on." He don't have one that's got the belly,
Uh-huh.
nothing on. It's just a backpack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it rides.
Uh-huh.
We're out like
That'll work your traps out.
hour and a
Really.
half.
Yeah.
We go out an hour and a half back because I had to coach. Man, I got back and it just
Hour and a half?
Yeah.
What'd you do? I
What's
mean, a 15-minute mile's fast, so even if you're,
I have no idea. I just know
that's
we just
like
watched
4,
his.
5, 6, like 12 miles.
We
if
just
you're
watched
trucking.
his. We just watched his watch. Just watch his watch, and
Hour
we
and a
go out an hour and a half, and then come back an hour and a half.
See, most people measure time and distance.
No, I didn't do this.
Minutes.
We just kept going. I just
I'll go for
remember
4 miles.
the lower
Yeah.
half of my back where
Oh,
it
yeah.
rides because it didn't have the belt where
Right.
it stays
Yeah.
tight.
Yeah, just kind of.
Oh my god!
That's
All I could
yeah.
think about was the games event where they wore the ruck and their whole bottoms
Oh,
and their
yeah.
backs
Oh
were
yeah.
tore up.
If
I
you're
got
running
one.
with a ruck and you don't have the belt on,
Yeah.
it just
Yeah,
that
just
little
rubs.
bit. It's not a lot.
It
It's
just
just it
fucking
rubs
beats
and just
and-
a little bit of a beat.
Mm.
But I remember my hips hurting,
Yeah.
like everything.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the first weighted. I just have like the regular weight vest.
Yeah.
But the first walk I did with that, it was probably close
Yep.
to 2-3 miles. The next day I'm like, why did my sides hurt? Like random things that
Right.
you wouldn't think
Right.
about.
Yeah, when I first did it, I hired a guy, Joe Baker Fitness. No, it's Joe Baker of the Bakery.
Oh, I love that.
He loves that. He's down in, I think, North Carolina, but he does a lot of ruck training.
Okay.
He's done some neat stuff. He sent me a workout. The first one he had me do was 3 miles, 30-pound ruck, and a 60-pound sandbag.
Oh,
And he's like, I think you did that to try to break me. To
Right.
See if I
Seems
really
like
was
it. With it or
And
not.
he's like, okay, every time you drop the sandbag, you got to do like so many flutter kicks or something. I forget
Yeah.
what it was. And
Oh, shoot.
I'm like, oh, hell no. I'm not doing anything
Yeah.
to do extra work.
I'm not gonna drop this.
I literally dropped it 1 mile out, 2 miles out, and then when I got back 3 times, or I guess it would be 2 times total, he was impressed.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm like, yeah, it hurt. I
Yeah.
learned a lot of how to
Shit.
carry a sandbag.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it was rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially with the ruck one too, at
Yeah.
both of them.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
you freaking get back and you feel
Oh.
like Bruce Banner
Yep.
as the Incredible
Yep.
Hulk because your
Pumped
freaking
up.
shoulders
Yeah.
are pumped and yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we did
Yeah.
one time that was every 5 minutes we stopped and did 25 squats.
Yeah.
Like, we only went out for a half hour on that.
Yeah.
Go out
Yeah.
a half hour, come back. We was out for an hour. So every 5 minutes you stop and did 25 squats and then keep going.
Yeah.
25 squats,
Yeah.
keep
Yeah.
going.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can have some fun with them. I mean,
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
this one will be fun. I'm excited to see who all shows
oh, this will
up,
be
but-
great watching this happen. This is
Yeah.
gonna be awesome.
And it's not a race.
No.
It's a group participation. Nobody's racing except Jason. And first one
You got
back
it?
has to do 50 burpees.
Oh shit! With the weights.
Is
on.
that 50 burpees worth winning?
yeah. Everybody's gonna be like, I'm not going in.
Yeah.
We'll all show up. We'll all show
I
up.
got a
I'll
cramp.
stand right out by the road waiting for you
Yeah.
I
guys to
just opened
catch
my
up.
car. Beep, beep. I'm just leaving from here.
Oh, man.
Now we got
So-
some planning to do for that. Things I didn't consider, like water. We need to have. Well, we got the machine here. People can fill up, but
Oh, we can have some
about
little
water
stations.
when we're out. So we
Yeah.
may have a couple volunteers, be it
Certain
Yeah.
spots with a
Certain
cooler
point.
with some
Yeah.
water.
Yeah.
maybe like a. I don't know where we'll station.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's a good
strategically.
idea.
Say what about every 3 miles?
Yeah,
That would
Probably.
probably be about best because you could do 3, 6, and then
Yeah.
right coming down.
and then suck it up on the last
Figure it
3.37. Yeah,
Take 2 of them. Drink one now and then take 2 with you.
right. But we also
Extra
do
weight.
recommend carrying your own water.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 So
Yeah.
Matt, thank you.
Yeah. We really appreciate you
Yeah.
sharing your story and about
Thank
the
you for
Bruce
what
and-
you're doing.
Yeah. We know how
Like I
Thank
said-
you for being who you are and open to this idea.
Of course, you're welcome.
Yeah.
And I told you that in the beginning. I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've never been on the other end of this. I've
Yeah.
never been in. I've never had lost anybody to suicide because they were in.
Yeah.
I did lose an uncle. That was due to a Humvee accident in Vietnam. That's it. But like, it means a lot to me that I have my freedom because of what you guys do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want you taking your own fucking life because of what you did for me.
Yeah.
At all. I don't want that.
Yeah.
I want you to come back and be proud and be happy and understand I fucking appreciate it.
Thank you.
Very much so.
Yeah.
I like the life I live in, the country I live in, and it's because of you guys that we do.
Yeah.
So if there's any fucking way that I can help that and make you understand, not just you, but make them all understand, all of you, that I appreciate it,
Yeah.
Mhm.
then I'm gonna do what the fuck I can do.
Yeah.
And if that means fucking one at a time, Matt,
Mhm.
you said it.
Yeah.
One. I said it too. If my story can change one fucking person's life,
Right.
Mhm.
that's all it takes.
There's times when I'll post stuff on Facebook that I think, I don't need to post that. But then I had somebody tell me once something I posted meant so much to them. It was about working out or something. And I'm like, you know what? And
Yeah.
Something I learned last October is don't give a damn what anybody else thinks about me.
Yep.
That's
And
right.
if I want to post this, I'll post it and it may help someone.
Yep.
And if you don't
You know
like
what?
it, carry on, move out.
Right.
If it
So-
doesn't fucking help somebody, what it took some.
it
it
could
took-
help some, it could help me.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
to voice that.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah. Tell your people if anybody would like to get a hold of Matt, thebrucewod.com.
Good job.
Bruce WOD. Yes, that's correct. And we haven't roasted me yet. Can we do that?
Oh,
fucking real
shit.
quick. All right,
Yes.
real quick. Send me
Yeah.
a
Let's
picture.
on a lighter note.
Send you a picture.
Just get on his Facebook.
You want me to do it
Oh,
from his
yeah.
Facebook?
great.
Yeah.
Oh fucking A.
Yeah.
This will be great.
I can't wait.
Matt Huff. Oh, he's got 9 new fucking things going on in here. Give me a picture, Matt. Or fucking
Do you
all
want to
of
get
this.
your photos?
They gotta find it first. Where are they at?
Okay. We're gonna.
You are literally his social media director.
So let's just.
That's
You
great.
wanna go to? Let's just go to.
Oh, I can do it from here. Oh fuck, no, that's great. I love it.
You wanna just do that
You wanna
one?
do that?
Or
Let's pick a better one.
let me see.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna hold this. All right. Let's go to more photos. Okay. All photos. I should have picked one of him.
This is how we're gonna end the fucking the podcast. Forgot. This is gonna become a fucking thing.
Him
Oh,
doing
that's
the Bruce.
fucking great.
Yeah.
All right.
Is there pain in my eyes?
Yes.
Yep.
The answer is yes.
Yeah.
All right, where you at, chat?
What did we
Nice.
use last time? Something gym coach roast.
Gym coach roast.
Was it just gym
How about
coach?
gym member roast this time instead of coach?
That's cool.
Yeah.
Photos. This one. Had.
You're doing good.
Give me
Someday you'll be able to do this all on your own.
gym.
No, you won't. There's no way that's happening.
I just taught him 3 months ago how to save the photos. From
Yeah,
all
how
the
to
photos
fucking
that I
when she
post.
posts them on Facebook.
Uh-huh.
The
I fuck
albums.
couldn't figure out how to save them. She was like,
How old are you?
90.
49.
I'm sorry. There's still things about social media. I'm like, oh wow, look at that.
There's literally always new things. I
Yeah.
feel like it's in a dark hole to go in. Like
Right.
so much stuff
Yeah.
you can learn and
All right, here's a playful, lighthearted gym roast. Nothing mean-spirited, just classic gym banter.
Which pic is it?
This is your picture.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be great.
This one's lighthearted, it says. So, here we have a rare gym yeti. Spotted
Jim Yeti. That's the same freaking large.
spotted mid-row on the Concept 2. Still in his natural habitat of post-lunch snack wrappers and motivational towels. Legend says he rose not for cardio, but to escape leg day responsibility.
called you right out.
Uh-huh.
With knee sleeves tighter than his grip on that headband. That's hilarious.
Oh my God.
He's got more compression than his last relationship.
Oh.
Oh, fuck. Ouch. And don't worry, folks, those 70-pound kettlebells are just for decoration. Valor on the shirt, vengeance on the erg monitor.
That's good. I like that.
That's pretty good. Let's be more brutal.
I knew you were gonna say. I'm gonna drop the picture in the
Yeah, I was gonna
podcast
say you're gonna
so
drop
people
it in.
know
That's
what
funny.
we're referencing.
All right, Matt. You got it. Full send. Jim Bro Roast mode activated. Here's a savage one. Still in good humor, but definitely pulling no punches. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for CrossFit Carl here. Rowing like...
Carl.
I will forever look at Matt in class and be like, come on, Carl.
Oh my God, that's great.
Rowing like he's being chased by his macros. Wearing enough gear to fight in World War WOD, but pulling like he's trying to start a lawnmower with a dead spark plug. Those knee sleeves are holding on for dear life, just like his hopes of finishing a workout without needing a snack break. Oh, wow. Damn, dude. Chat's fucking ruthless. Yes, that's Tupperware mid-wad. Bro, got a sweat towel laid out like he's about to host a picnic. And let's not forget the 70-pound kettlebell over there, strictly for aesthetic. Hasn't been touched since the Bush administration.
Oh my God.
Damn, dude.
Which bush?
And dedication, if dedication had a dad bod and a headband, it'd be his unit.
Oh my God.
Well,
that was good.
There we go.
That was good.
Chat
Good way to end.
GPT has spoken.
I love it.
Struck again.
That's funny.
So thank you, sir,
Yeah.
for
we appreciate-
everything.
Yeah, for everything.
I appreciate it
Mhm.
very
Thank you,
much.
guys.
If you guys have any questions, reach out to Matt,
Yep.
Mariah, me.
Yep.
We're all always here.
Yeah.
Somebody is.
I have one request.
Yes.
Put a freaking fan in this room.
I know. It's really
Oh
bad
my
here.
lord!
We need
I'm like,
one of
I
them.
think I just did a workout.
We need one of those silent ones.
Yeah, we do.
Like what is the
Like the
Dyson,
rotate-
the Dyson
well,
silent
that's
one.
expensive.
I know, but like that, they gotta make generics somewhere.
There's no vents in here. Is this the sauna?
Literally in the like the winter time.
This
when
is
we
the
would do
warmest
these,
room in the building.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
all of it gets filtered
Yeah.
into here,
Yeah.
so it was lovely. Now
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
I'm
This is the
sweating.
warmest room in the building. So it, obviously
Yeah.
in the summer it's gonna be the warmest one
Yeah.
too. So
Plus with heavy conversations, you know,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
already sweating. So.
Apparently the gym Yeti.
the gym Yeti,
Is
he'll
putting
be
off
known
the
as
heat.
Yeti Carl. Have you seen the Bigfoot vlogs going around?
No.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen him with
Yeah.
the Yeti where he's
Yeah.
talking and he's
Yeah.
vlogging himself?
That's funny.
You haven't got on him yet?
No.
Oh my gosh. Something new popped up on my shit. Now I can't get rid of them.
Yeah.
I'll link you to
Oh,
one of them
God.
because you got to watch him. He's fucking finding, like, he found he said, came across this campsite, I don't even know what he called them. They left this bag. It would be good tinder. And it's just fucking big buds of weed.
Oh my
And he
god.
puts it in and lights a fire with a blowtorch. It's like he's a real person. Like he talks and everything.
That's
He's
funny.
fucking vlogging himself. And he fucking next scene is him running through the woods with bright red eyes. He's like, about that tinder. He's like, I'm hearing colors now. He's,
Oh my god.
one of them, he's like, his prank on the fucking people in the campsite. He's like, put a stick of dynamite in the firewood. Let's see what happens.
Oh my god.
Fucker blows the campsite apart. He goes, that may have been too much. Then there's him and Yeti. It's this abominable snowman. He's
Yeah.
white. So, like, I mean, it goes on and on. Like, they just keep popping
Yeah.
up right now all
That's funny.
over the place. So,
Oh my
yeah, it's
Some people have
hilarious.
too much time with it.
Yeah.
I know, right? So, yeah, it's pretty funny.
That's great.
Cool. Like,
Yeah.
subscribe, hit all the
Yes.
buttons. Fucking,
Yeah.
we
Share
appreciate it.
this.
Yeah.
Share this video.
Tell people.
Yeah.
Tell people about it. If you don't listen to another one, listen to this. So, and pass it on to a veteran.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
fucking let them see it. Let
Yeah.
them know what we're out here
It's
trying to
important
do.
shit.
What Matt's doing.
Mhm.
So, yeah, it's
Yeah.
super important. So,
Yeah. All right.
all right.
Good
Till
deal.
next time, this is where we're at.
We need to close
Someday.
mine.
I know, like,
It used to
fucking,
be my knees, but
like,
now they're.
your fucking knees sound normal now.
No, they don't. You just can't hear them on camera.
No,
Let's-
inside.
No,
That's,
Ouch.
yeah.
we could be my shoulder.
That's it. Later, guys.
Oh.